Good morning. I am Dr. M. Vijay Kumar, Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, PSN College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss about the psychrometric process, which comes under the thermal engineering in the field of mechanical engineering. First of all, what do you mean by psychrometric processes? The psychrometric processes mainly deals with the measurement of weapon temperature, dry bulb temperature, moisture content, relative humidity, specific humidity. Like that, we want to measure by using chart and as well as the formula. It is an interesting session. This psychrometric mainly in the field of application of refrigeration and air conditioning. Why the necessity of air conditioning? Today we are looking conditioning. What do you mean by conditioning? It is a comfort zone. Conditioning means it's a comfort zone. Air conditioning means we conditioning the air. We conditioning air to the according to our human comfort. That is basically the human comfort is 27 degrees centigrade is comfort condition. So more than that, it is shopping nature. Less than that, it is we are living in the winter season. So according to the comfort condition, we want to increase or decrease the temperature as well as the humidity. This is a comfort condition. And then the comfort condition is also placed in the commercial places like office, restaurant, shopping complex, banks, etc. Once we are going for the shopping, the human comfort will be okay, then the customer can retain more time. Similarly, in office, like bank, the bank peoples are working continuously with the transaction of credit, debits, and fixed deposit like that they are doing. They all are very crucial and important things. Once they are not comfort with the present condition means they are not able to work full efficiently. So far, he would need some comfort zone. So far, we are providing the air conditioning. That is air conditioning is given to the bank sector, restaurant. Once we go into the restaurant, the foods are very hot. That hot food is eating means we get something. So we not able to eat comfortable. So that time also we require some conditioning air. So these are the things for the commercial places we know. So suppose the industrial process. Suppose the industrial process, it is we are manufacturing leather company. Manufacturing the leather company. So it is getting from the animals. It is getting from the animals. So it should not spoil due to the heat. So that required also conditioning, air conditioning. So here, once we are using the air conditioning means clean atmosphere will arrive for minute precision work. We are manufacturing some tools or in between the parts having a very small thin parts. So like that parts, we require some CNC machines. That CNC machines get heated, automatically the surface will spoil. So during that time, we need air conditioned space. So these are all the necessity of air conditioning nowadays. So first for air conditioning, the Dalton's law of partial pressure. So the basic definition is nothing but the total pressure of the mixer is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of various gases. Various gases when it occupies the mixer volume at the temperature of mixer. This is Dalton's law of partial pressure. It is equation is written by PT. PT indicates the total pressure, and that is equal to PA plus PB plus PC. So P indicates the pressure, A and B and C indicates the different gases. Psychrometric properties of air. Some of the basic definition for the cyclomatics properties of air. First, we are considering the dry air. Dry air is nothing but the combination of oxygen and nitrogen, with the percentage of nitrogen having 79.09 and the oxygen is to be 20.91 percentage. So moist air. The moist means the water vapor present in the air is called as moist. So the moist air is nothing but it is a mixture of dry air and water vapor. So moist means water vapor. Air is dry air. So the mixture of water vapor and air is called as moist air. So saturated air. Saturated air is nothing but air which have maximum amount of water vapor. So beyond this saturation condition, no more water vapor is added in the air. That is called as saturated air. So simply the DBT means dry bulb temperature. Dry bulb temperature is nothing. We are measure the temperature by the ordinary thermometer. That temperature is called as dry bulb temperature. Suppose next one is WBT, wet bulb temperature. The thermometer is covered with a wet cloth and measure the temperature, means that type of temperature is called as wet bulb temperature. So it is shortly indicated as TDP, that is temperature of dry bulb. Similarly TWP, that means temperature of wet bulb temperature. Some of the books they may use as TD simply, not B. T suffix D. Similarly, T suffix W. This indication of dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. So now, wet bulb temperature depression. The wet bulb depression is nothing but the difference between the dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. Dew point temperature. It is interesting. What do you mean by dew point temperature? Already we discussed the dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature. Now dew point temperature. What do you mean by dew point temperature? The water begins to condense. That means air is available. Air is available. That air is get cooled. Then cooled means the condensation process will begins. That time the air is converted into liquid. So the starting point of the liquid is called as that point measurement is dew point temperature. Dew point temperature is nothing but that water begins to condense. Next one is dew point depression. Dew point depression is nothing but the difference between the dry bulb temperature and the dew point temperature of air. Next one is specific humidity or humidity ratio. It is indicated by a letter small w. It is defined as the mass of water vapor to the mass of dry air. Mass of water vapor to the mass of dry air. Next definition is degree of saturation or percentage humidity. It is the ratio of water vapor in unit mass of dry air to the mass of water vapor in the same mass of dry air when it is saturated. So the letter indicated is WS. That means saturated water vapor. Right? So W means water vapor dry. Right? So the ratio between these two is called as humidity ratio. Next one is relative humidity. Relative humidity is the ratio between mass of the water vapor to the mass of the saturated vapor. There different, here different. Relative humidity. Next one is enthalpy of moist air. So basically enthalpy means total heat of the substance. Enthalpy means total heat of the substance. Here enthalpy of moist air. It is the sum of the sensible heat and latent heat of moist air. Here the word sensible heat and latent heat. What do you mean by sensible heat and latent heat? Sensible heat means we measure the temperature. It it does not change the phase. Does not change the phase. Up to that, the heat is called as sensible heat. Suppose we are heating the water. We are heating the water by measuring, during the heating, we measuring the temperature. The temperature starts from 27 degrees, 30 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, 60 degree. The water remains water. After a certain stage, 100 degrees centigrade, automatically the water is begins to vaporize, right? So during that time, the phase change will occur. So up to the heat is measured by the thermometer is called as sensible heat. After that, it is called as latent heat. Sensible heat and latent heat. So it is a enthalpy of the moist air is nothing but the sum of the sensible heat and the latent heat of the air. In this slide, most of the psychrometric processes are displayed. So here you see that sensible heating, sensible cooling, humidification, dehumidification, heating and humidification, heating and dehumidification, cooling and dehumidification, cooling with adiabatic humidification, adiabatic mixing of two air streams. Totally 9 processes are explained now. We already discussed the properties of air, that is dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, dew point temperature, relative humidity and humidity ratio. This is a diagram, photography of a dry bulb thermometer. It is an ordinary thermometer. The edge measuring point is covered with the wet cloth. That type of thermometer shown here, there is wet bulb thermometer. So condensation occurs at a dew point. You see the water bubbles from the leaf. So here the condensation is begins. Water begins to condense. This is called as dew point. By this dew point we measure the temperature. The temperature is called as dew point temperature. You see here fog occurs when air is saturated, right? So you see the fog in the diagram. It occurs when air is saturated. So here the relative humidity definition, amount of moisture that a given amount of air is holding to the amount of moisture that a given amount of air can hold. So the relative humidity 50% means the diagram shows one droplet, the 100% means 2 droplet. So by seeing the figure, you can easily able to understand the condition of the saturation. That humidity ratio, compressed water vapor of dry air by weight. Compressed water vapor to the dry air by weight. So, right here some example how to measure the temperatures and few things by using the psychrometric chart. So here 95 Fahrenheit dry bulb temperature and 78 degree Fahrenheit of wet bulb temperature. You see here usually the dry bulb temperature is 95 Fahrenheit. It is shown in the figure. You see here, this is 95 Fahrenheit in the horizontal line. Its line is the dry bulb temperature. The line should be a vertical line. Line should be a vertical line. Similarly, 78 degree Fahrenheit wet bulb temperature. See here, the curved line. Curved line is 78 degree Fahrenheit. It meets the vertical line of this 95 degree Fahrenheit. It meets one point. From this one point, we take the humidity ratio, that is 72 degree Fahrenheit, right? So similarly here the humidity ratio, that is relative humidity, also we can easily how much percentage of relative humidity is, we can easily find out. X mark the spot. This is the spot we are marking. Y draw a vertical line of 95 degree Fahrenheit. Draw the inclined line of 78 degree Fahrenheit. After that, from this point, you can easily find out all other properties as given here. In this chart, the relative humidity as well as the humidity ratio is measured. So this is the trichromatic chart. Totally, all the lines are here visibly focused. By one, we can see. So this is a basic concepts, right? Humidification. What do you mean by humidification? Just we adding the water vapor to the air. It is called as humidification. Dehumidification. It is a downward line, yellow line. This dehumidification is nothing but water vapor removing process. Water vapor removing process means dehumidification. Water vapor adding process means humidification. So here sensible heating is red arrow line. It is pass on towards left to right. Sensible cooling means it is a blue line. It is starting from right to left. Right? So sensible heating is towards right. Sensible cooling is towards left. And then here few conditions require humidification, few conditions require dehumidification. Suppose heating and humidification means right hand side. Heating, cooling and humidification means left hand side, upper side. So see the diagram, the rose color is heating and humidification. Again here violet color, cooling and humidification. So in the below part, dehumidification. Here that parent green color is cooling and dehumidification. This orange color is nothing but heating and dehumidification. So these things are the process, basic concepts of the process. Based on this, we are drawn the diagram. Right. So saturation line. Already we discussed about the word saturation. Saturation means it is not to be added. Furthermore, not to be added. That line is called as saturation line. So here we are looking for we are studying the properties of the air. So water vapor should not be added beyond this line. That is the saturation line. The curved line is called as saturation line. Here the temperature, that is constant dry bulb temperature, is simply a vertical line. Simply a vertical line drawn in the chart. Humidity ratio is a horizontal line. It's a horizontal green line. Indicates humidity ratio. Here, humidity ratio. Right? See the humidity ratio. This is saturation point. So this humidity ratio meet the saturation line. Meet the saturation line. That point is called as dew point. That point is called as dew point. Next, relative humidity. It's a curved line. It's followed by the curved line parallel to the saturation line. Red color. It having some percentage indication. This is the relative humidity percentage. Next, constant specific volume. The constant specific volume has inclined lines. Inclined lines. In the total psychrometric chart, all the lines are put together. We can't able to identify as a new learner. So the new learner can learn step by step like this. Then only if these lines are represented in the chart, you can easily find out the values. For that purpose only, I am teaching step by step. Right. So it makes the constant specific volume line. It makes around 30 degree, right? And then this one is 45 degree line. This line is 45 degree line. So whenever the meeting point of dry bulb temperature or other parameter relative humidity or enthalpy or like that meeting point, this 45 degree line meets the saturation line. That saturation line having some units, that is wet bulb temperature. It indicates the wet bulb temperature. 45-degree line is the wet bulb temperature and the saturation line. So enthalpy is also the same line extended to the above the saturation line. Above the saturation line, same inclination to be followed for wet bulb temperature as well as the enthalpy. It's nearby. Both are nearby with the same inclination. You see the line, rose color and blue color, constant enthalpy line and constant wet bulb line. So total psychrometric chart here, the enthalpy lines indicated in the rose marking. This rose marking is nothing but a enthalpy lines. Now, reading a psychrometric chart practice, how we read the reading by using the psychrometric chart. Now, some example, sea level chart, that is dry bulb temperature 70 Fahrenheit and relative humidity 60%. See this chart, dry bulb temperature is 70, right? This dark black line indicates in the horizontal measurement 70 Fahrenheit is the vertical line, and then 60% of relative humidity, 60% of relative humidity, which meet the dry bulb temperature 70 line. The star marking is the state point. The star marking is the state point. After that, this sea level chart, that is dry bulb temperature 70 Fahrenheit, relative humidity is 60%, wet bulb temperature how much Fahrenheit? You see here, by using the chart, one second. Yeah, here the 70 line and the relativity line, this is sparked in the star. By using this inclination line through this star, it makes the near to 60 to 65, around 61 Fahrenheit. Wet bulb temperature is 61 Fahrenheit, right? Next example, dry bulb temperature 70 Fahrenheit, relative humidity 60%. So we use different values, we can find out the different result. But for easy understanding, I may use the same input data. Based on the same input data, I can find out various parameters using this chart. See here, dew point temperature. The star is extended towards left, which meets the saturation line. So this point is the dew point temperature, that is 55.5 Fahrenheit, right? And now the same, dry bulb temperature is 70 Fahrenheit and relative humidity 60%. Now we are looking for specific volume. See here that inclination line. The inclination line having the specific volume marking. Here one value and here one value. In between it is placed according to the line separated. We can easily calculate the specific volume, right? That is 30.6 foot cube by LV of dry air. Clear? Right. Next, the dry bulb temperature 70 Fahrenheit and relative humidity is 60%. Now, humidity ratio. Humidity ratio, the same procedure we are considering for the dew point temperature. So, dew point temperature is goes towards left. The humidity ratio pass towards right. So, right side you see, right side from this star, this is the location point of 70 Fahrenheit and 60% relative humidity. So, draw a horizontal line towards right. It meets the humidity ratio marking, that is 70. Clear? So, right? So that the humidity ratio is 65.8. It is mathematically they calculated. Here the indication is 70, around nearby. So the by using the formula we get the exact. by viewing the psychrometric chart by eye problem or whatever it may be, gives some deviation around plus or minus 0.5 something, right? So by using the driver temperature 70 Fahrenheit and relative humidity 60%, enthalpy line. See that inclined line which is extended to the saturation line to meet the rose color indication in the side. So that is enthalpy line. It is placed between the 25 to 30. By measuring these three, uh, the values will appear, right? Right. So already we discussed this humidification and dehumidification and the heating and cooling and the cooling and humidification, cooling and dehumidification. Similarly, heating, humidification and heating, dehumidification, right? So it is sensible heating process. Heating process means we start from 1 to 2. So sensible heating is passing towards right side. The tribal temperature is increased. So here the energy balance, the two air coming from two places, Ma1, H1, W1, that is mass, enthalpy and specific humidity. Similarly, Ma2, H2, W2, that is equal to summation of Ma3, H3 and W3, which is equal to this. So by energy balance, it is okay. Ma1, H1 plus Ma2, H2. So mass of the air into enthalpy plus mass of the air into enthalpy. Second question is equal to mass of the air, enthalpy, third question. So by considering the mass balance, Ma1 W1 plus Ma2 W2, that is equal to Ma3 W3. By algebra, H2 minus H3 divided by H3 minus H1 equal to W2 minus W3 divided by W3 minus W1, that is equal to mass of the air 1 divided by mass of the air 2. So here cooling process. Cooling process is passed towards 1 to 2, right? So total heat is nothing but the sensible heat and latent heat. So this is the cooling process as well as the humidification. Cooling and humidification. By cooling the air, some of the water vapor is removed some conditions. During that condition, we are adding the water vapor after the cooling. That is cooling and humidification. So these are the things we going to discuss for the psychrometric process. In the next class, we discuss more process with the cute example. Thank you for one and all. Thank you.